Hi, this is Cheryl Miller, Mayor of Cheryl Millerville. We are discussing healthy living at work, and this segment is on healthy eating at work. The first question is, for people who like to eat lunch out of the office, where are the best places for them to go and the best foods for them to select, especially if they only have an hour break? Well, let's face it, most restaurant food, especially fast food, is really high in calories and fat, and the focus of the meal is usually around really cheap carbohydrates like potatoes, bread, and rice, and they're much lower in veggies. So when you're thinking about some place to go, think about veggies. Where can I get the most veggies? So a salad bar would be a great choice. There are a few other choices, but just if you think veggie, where can I get some veggies? That will guide you to the right place to get the best kinds of foods. So what are the best things to eat in the morning that will give you energy throughout the day? All right. You know what? Everybody's body is different. I might do well on oatmeal and somebody else might crash after an hour. So what you need to do is do some breakfast experimentation so that you can see what breakfasts are the best for you. But some of the best choices are things like, well, I like a protein smoothie every morning. I eat a fruit and protein smoothie about 5 days a week, and the other days of the week I eat an egg dish or an oatmeal kind of a dish. So those are really good breakfasts for me. I like those, but I've done the experiments and found out what works for me. And I could eat a protein smoothie every day, but it gets a little old, so a couple days a week I switch it up and do something else. Now the protein smoothie, it's got fruit and protein in it, but it lasts me until about 10 or 10:30 that day, and that's really kind of cool. So what I do then when I start getting a little hungry before lunch, I just grab a handful of nuts and seeds or maybe some dried fruits, and some great dried fruits are dates and figs, maybe some raisins. I like to get organic raisins because regular grapes are kind of high in pesticides, and so, that's what makes raisins, so I go for the organic raisins. So really, but almost any breakfast you can eat would be better for you than coffee and donuts or coffee and Pop-Tarts, and I know those are pretty popular breakfasts. So choose one of the other things. Get some recipes for some smoothies, or have an egg breakfast, or oatmeal is a really quick way to go. Another question is, what are some healthy foods people should pack when they bring their lunch? Again, everybody's preferences of their body are really different. My body might like something, your body may not like it at all. And of course there are personal preferences too as far as tastes go. So the smart thing here is always to focus on vegetables. Where can I get as many vegetables as possible, no matter what you eat, where you eat, what time of day it is? Where can I get the most vegetables? And if it's breakfast, you might want to have fruits. So you're really more likely to be satisfied if you have a bit of protein, fat, and carb. It helps kind of round out the whole meal. And I favor whole foods as much as possible, meaning that the food is not very highly processed. Now, your lunches might consist of homemade soup, leftovers from last night's dinner. That's always kind of easy. You might make yourself a big salad and pack that, take it with you. Sandwiches are great if your body can handle the bread. A lot of people are wheat tolerant, so they try to avoid sandwiches. You know what? Now and again you can pack a frozen entree. You can get some pretty good frozen entrees, but you really have to read the ingredients. But you know what I've noticed when I've eaten a few of them is they weren't that satisfying. They didn't taste that great. They're all right. They fill me up sort of, kind of, but they don't taste that great. So if somebody one day said, hey, let's go out for lunch, and all I brought was a frozen entree, I'd be likely to say, okay, I'm there. So minimize the use of frozen entrees and kind of pick them carefully. Another question is, for companies that celebrate holidays, birthdays, etc. all the time, it can be hard to keep from eating the junk food all day long. Boy, that's really true. So do I have any suggestions on how to still participate in those activities without eating junk food all day long? Well, what a big challenge this is, because who doesn't like free, abundant food? We all love free, abundant food, and who's not going to eat that? You have to really kind of make a decision about what you're going to do when those treat days show up. So here's one tip for you. You might just bring something that you know you're going to enjoy and that's going to be healthier for you, like fruit or veggie strips and a dip. You can bring bananas, grapes, you can bring a fruit juice, you can bring veggie strips and a dip, and that would make you really, really pretty satisfied. Another tip is to plan a busy day when you know it's going to be a treat day so that you won't have time to keep coming back to the table. So stay busy and stay focused, and set yourself a rule of how many times you will stop by the snack table that day, once or twice, and build the snacks that you're going to have during the treat day into the meal calories that you're going to have throughout the day, and it won't do quite as much damage. And another question is, during a really busy day, it's easy to forget to drink water. Do you have any suggestions for people to drink more water, and how much really should they drink? Once again, you can never say one thing is true for every person, because everybody's different. Now, the average that they usually say is 8 cups of water a day, but you know what? If you eat a plant-based diet, a whole foods diet, you're going to have a lot more fluid and water in the food that you eat to begin with, so you won't need to drink as many cups of water. People who eat a whole foods plant-based diet don't have to worry about, gosh, I'm going to be dehydrated, because they're drinking water all day long, essentially, when they're eating their food. But if you tend to drink a lot of dehydrating beverages, like a lot of people do, like soda pop, alcohol, and caffeine, you're definitely going to need to consume more water, because all of those things take the water out of your system that's already there. So you'll need to not only drink your regular amount of water, but drink an additional amount of water to make up for the dehydration. So suggestions for how to do that is keep a picture of water on your desk, a pretty little picture that you kind of enjoy looking at, you enjoy filling it up. What I've done is I purchased a stainless steel water bottle that I can carry around with me, so I'm not forever throwing out those plastic water bottles. And we're finding out now that water kept in plastic, leaches chemicals. So buy a stainless steel water bottle and save the environment and save your body a little bit. So when you're taking a break, instead of going to the vending machine to get a cup of coffee or a soda pop, get a glass of water. It's you might squirt a little lemon in it, because people now say, "No, I don't like water, it tastes bad." Well, we've gotten spoiled by all these beverages that have a lot of flavors in them, so you may need to get used to drinking water again. But for us to say we don't like water is like a fish saying, "I don't like water." So we just need to kind of wean ourselves from the sugary, flavorful drinks and start drinking a lot more water. Develop a water habit, and by that I mean start drinking water at regular times during the day when you get up, midday, lunch, mid-afternoon, early evening. But if you're a light sleeper, make sure to not drink too much water too late at night, because you might have to disrupt your sleep by waking up in the night. So you don't want that. The last question here is, what are the biggest challenges when eating healthy at work, and what can be done to make those challenges easier? Well, the biggest challenge really is planning ahead and preparing the food. I do that on a Sunday usually, so that the week goes a little more smoothly. So just think ahead a little bit about what you want to have for lunch, and make sure that you have those things kind of washed up and packaged. I pre-package my salads on Sunday, so that I just need to add a few extra ingredients in there, good to go. I kind of have my salads prepped to go. We also need to have healthier work environments. So if you can talk to management about putting some healthy food policies in place so that you can improve the quality of foods that are offered in the vending machines and in the cafeteria, that would be really valuable. It'll make your job a little easier. But you know what? We can't rely on others to make our food environments for us, because a lot of times they just won't do it. So you need to design your own environment. But it's going to be worth it, because you'll eat better, you'll feel better, you'll live better. And hey, thanks for listening in. I'm signing off for now. This is Cheryl Miller, Mayor of Sherrill-Millerville, where we learn to live healthy, happy lives in this lifetime. Thanks for joining us.